What is love? What do you love? So please name one thing you love. Everybody, I want to hear at least one thing you love.
My cats.
Sorry?
My cats.
Your cats. Your son. What else? What do you love?
Sea.
Sorry? The sea. Yeah. Spaghetti. Nature.
My friends.
Your friends.
My father.
Your father. Here comes a very, very important piece of information.
Yourself.
Yourself is actually way beyond. It's really way beyond. First, the understanding the concept of love itself. Whatever you say you love is mostly we misidentify with what does that give to me. The husband, kids, cats, flowers, nature, what do I get from it? The sense of pleasure, sense of satisfaction, sense of connection. So that sensation is what is that I love. Because we misidentify most of the time. So when you say that, I love my cat, or if I love the fish, most probably, how many you love fish, by the way? Yeah. So I love fish too, but not in my plate while swimming. So when fish is in your plate, if you would love fish, you would looking after that fish. You won't be cooking it. Okay? When you love your husband and your kids, you're always trying to shape them in your way of living. And if they don't shape up, you would see the love would take a very different shape. You would find very difficult to love them. That's one of the reasons that we like our own type in a way. If they are not on our own type, don't worry. My wife wanted a guy with no moustaches and not Indian. When I got married, I just got the moustaches. I didn't want to get rid of them. But then I kind of loved her or whatever she was providing me most probably. So I said, okay, I'll shave it off. And she was very patient. She waited for me. Now I'm German. See, I'm changed completely. So both of the things she got rid of. And I must have done the same to her. I don't like this, I don't like that. So what she eats, what she doesn't eat, how she does certain things. So I've already told her that this is this, I'm very irritated with. Don't do that. And then she did, and then okay, I don't like it, I'm not going to talk to you this weekend. I'm going to sleep in the living room. That's what we do. And we start manipulating each other on it. What we love is not what we see that we love, what it gives to me. I love that sensation that thing provides me. That's why when the shit hits the fan, this is where we find it's difficult to find the love for that entity, whatever that might be. So we confuse love with the sensation of pleasure and the pain. And that's exactly the same thing you confuse with happiness. What makes you happy is the same thing what makes you love. And on that level, you are talking still Prakriti, which basically means is going to wither away today or tomorrow. What you love today, you will not be able to stand tomorrow. And if you look at the scale of temperature, the water which goes in frozen, if you raise the temperature, is going to become the steam. And that steam and the ice, there is no difference. It's exactly the same substance on a different temperature scale. Pain and pleasure are not two things our mind sees them to. They are same things. What gives you pleasure, if it stays long enough around you, you will become a pain. If the pain stays long enough, it's going to become a pleasure. Try a chocolate. After half a kilogram, it's not going to be pleasure anymore. Okay? And what happens? We also start seeing pleasure into the painful things. Go and check out in the gym. People go out of their way to find the most painful things you can do. And they start enjoying it. Of course, the body also gets shaped with it, but they also start enjoying it. That's where the so-called sickness kicks in us. You know, how many of us really go to that level for that matter? And the same way we have collected our own pains and pleasures. You know, have you ever tried this Marmite or Vegemite? I don't know how people can stand that. I can't even smell it.
It does even
Right?
Oh, so that you could smell it.
So the kind of face you are making now, when I open the pickle from my town, my wife does that. And when she cooks her fish, I do that. What is pain for me? She says, wow, today smells great. Which fish you cooking? And the moment I enter, which fish is cooking? I don't want to stay in the house. Let's put some candlesticks and stuff like that. It's too much. And if I open my pickle thing, same thing. So we don't touch each other's plate. That's very good for the marriage, by the way. You know, keeps things at its place. Please identify. Please look at this. The love is nothing what we understand, the level we understand is. It has to come from certain people, need to create certain sensation. That's one of the condition. And that condition, when we talk about the kids, especially when they are even smaller, you do see that level actually. Thank God on some or the other level, we do feel with our family, friends, pets, we do feel that. There is some unconditional part of it is there. Conditions do come also later on. They become more sophisticated with the time. But most of the time, you would find it's very, very difficult to love everything and everybody. What is that we don't love? If you believe different things, if you eat different things, if you wear different things, and you would see if it doesn't go in your criteria, it's not going to be. You would find difficult to take that in. So here need to identify, am I loving the sensations I'm getting or my sensory pleasures I'm getting? Whatever gives you pleasure, you would fall in love much more on it. So this is one thing you can hack around. You know, if you want a guy to really like you or a girl to really like you, find out what they like. Start doing those things, they are yours. They have a very little resistance there. They automatically feel drawn towards you. If you see that if they are interested in this particular thing, so I met a friend in college. I tried really quite a bit and I could not get admission in medical school. So this guy came around, I don't know how, somehow became friends, we hang out together, we do things together. And one day he said, you know what, if you so much want to become a doctor, why don't you become a Christian? Because then you will have a special quota in a Christian medical college and I'm sure that you will get it. Okay. And I thought about it and said, no, I am already questioning what I was already believing in, and on the top I take something else that it didn't really sync with me. So I said no. This guy from one day to the next completely even denied to know me. We used to hang out together and suddenly his purpose didn't get full. You know, he wanted to recruit me for his belief system and I didn't. Then suddenly you're a different person. So salesman, when you go into the shop, will behave very differently. If you meet him in the bus, no way. And the shop, he would say, yeah, come on sir, you know, would you like to drink something? And then if you meet him in the bus, most likely won't even recognize you. Or he'll give you whatever behavior he tends to do. We can fool ourselves, our minds can easily be hacked. Understanding this will give you a little bit more. And if you don't understand the difference between pleasure, what gives you a sensation of feeling of love, or love itself, the moment you understand there is no way you need to really try to love somebody, it will be itself. So this is a little bit like what we say as a candle. The light you see, which bit if it is light? all of it, what radiated from it, what it is. So you don't, love is not something you switch on and switch off. You realize the love you are in this combination. And that you find an expression, how do I express that? That's a different story.